Hello. I and analyze male slavery here. I brought him on because we used to be part of the pro male collective, and after we were ousted, we said, "Okay, that's enough. Let it go." But what really bothers us is that the boys let it go to hell instead of
Yes,
doing something constructive with it.
yes. I'm going to explain what my principles behind the Promo Collective was and how they were highly effective. But there was a split, and the hijackers didn't follow the principles. It was a pointless feud over nothing, basically. And I realised now they thought I was too strict, I had too many rules, and I was putting up boundaries because they didn't like having the boundaries placed down at all. Right now, I realised why men's groups were failing over and over again. They were making the same mistakes over and over again. Men's rights, MGTOW, whatever. So first of all, they'll get hijacked by right wingers. Okay, they'll always get hijacked by right wingers, and they'll always scapegoat the left, and always waffle on about Marxists and cultural Marxists, and blame the actions of women on the left, right? And those people like going about relationships too much. And they wouldn't just analyze the problematic aspects of relationships. They'll just basically rant about being deselected, which I know is frustration. I don't like frustrating. I don't like being deselected. It's not even necessarily I'd go with a woman if I had a chance. I just like to have the option. And I would like the option to reject them on my own terms, but I don't have that option. I'm deselected. I know the frustration around deselection, but it doesn't drive my politics, right? I'm not going to rant on about degenerates and sluts like these people are because it's pointless. It doesn't lead to anything. It makes you look crazy, quite
Yes.
frankly, as
Well,
well.
if not crazy, it makes you also look desperate, and people can
Yes,
see your motivations.
yes, yes. Like they call. If you watch the movie Doctor Strangelove, Stanley Kubrick,
Yes, I
Stanley
remember.
Kubrick said that movie. He said that movie was about basically the male sex drive, driving whatever men do. It drives violence and war, basically.
Yes.
So the people know about this. People use the term sexual dysfunction when it comes to right wing males and right wing politics, and this is the same sort of right wing sexual dysfunction right here.
Yes.
All right. So anyway, Razor and me, he was I trusted him. He was actually, I'm going to say use the term, he was one of my lieutenants, basically, because I was the leader, right? I was the leader, not because I was elected the leader. I was not the leader because I grabbed power. I was the leader because I did most of the work and everyone else followed. And the people who started doing work only followed my lead later on, like you, because you followed my lead. I inspired you, right?
Yes.
Same with Alex Cat, and same with the pro male revolutionary before it went nuts. I inspired them to take action. I'm not taking my own. I'm just being factually correct there,
Yes.
right? And I just did so much work. I did so many videos. I did so much work behind the scenes to help people out. I did so many blog posts, right? My pro male collective blog, right? It was meant to be a collective effort. I'll chip in every now and again, but I ended up doing like 8% of blog posts. It's only you and Kyra who made regular blog posts. Everyone else only did one or two. They just couldn't be bothered. There was a lack of drive, right?
Yes.
And male apathy was one of the major problems of the men's rights movement. Men was passive, and that had to change. And they didn't change. And what men do, they create little social circles to bitch about the problems and whine and complain, and they're not doing anything.
Yes.
I was actually trying to do all I could. Now, Razor, he was absolutely obsessed with the draft. He was absolutely obsessed with the draft, right? I was just, oh, he's passionate about injustice. I realised something now. He only gave a shit about the draft because he was scared he'll get drafted. That's it, period. Right?
Yes.
He won't admit this. He'll get angry if he hears me say this, but it's the truth. He was only upset that he'll get drafted. All the other issues, he didn't really give a shit about. He only gave a shit about the draft. That's it. And that's why he was. That's why he was motivated to make videos regularly. And he had talent as well. So anyway, I just kept on pushing. Oh, there's another thing as well. Okay, the pro male collective concept is my concept. I invented it. I can prove it because my blog, the Pro Male Collective, I set it up before the Reddit. Right, the dates match, proves what I have to say. Right, and I gave Razor permission to set up a Reddit group because I trusted him with the label, which I shouldn't have done. I should have protected my IP basically because it's my IP. And I should have protected it and made sure I was in complete control. But he was the head moderator. And what he did when he started it off...
Just a moment. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry for cutting you off there.
Anyway, as I was saying, as I was saying, they were making low effort spam posts. Like they do a lot of video spam without any comments, and they did a lot of cross post spam without any comments. And I made a rule that if you made a post, like a video link post or a cross post, you'd have to have their own comment, chipping your own opinion in, even if it was just a couple of lines, right? It was to improve the quality of the Reddit and to get more engagement. People are more likely to engage something with texting than just a link without any text at all. It was the minimum effort spam, basically, right? And I put that rule in, and it improved the quality of the Promo Collective Reddit vastly improved it.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll just lay down.
Just a minute before you go any further, Amos. Eventually, we'll talk about the rules too. And we had the rules maxed out. I think it's what, 14?
Yes, we maxed it out. They cut it down and they removed a lot of the rules I left down. Like one of my rules, if I remember correctly, was that no ranting about degenerates or sluts. Right?
Yes.
That was one of my rules. I don't see that rule anywhere.
No, it's not. They only have 7. And of course, what we're going to be talking about is the slut shaming. So the guy's talking about sluts again.
Yes,
so
but I just want to kind of just finish my preamble because there's a point to the structure, how I'm saying it. Anyway, they wanted to spam, they wanted to put low effort posts, and I laid down these rules. And these rules were laid down from experience. They'll from the failures of the past. It's to stop the tradcon hijackers, the right-wing hijackers, the feminist hijackers as well. Because a lot of men's rights spaces let feminists in to troll and cause chaos and belittle men, right? We didn't allow that. We had strict boundaries. Yeah. That was the failing of every other group in the past. We had strict boundaries and we rejected tradcon narratives, we rejected anti-male narratives, we rejected blame shifting onto men in the third world. We completely rejected feminism 100%. In every single sense of the word. It's the most invalid political movement to ever exist in the history of the planet Earth, period. Yeah. Right? It's never been right about anything. At the best, it says half-truths. So anyway, I laid down all these rules and principles and it was working. There was a feud. Razor was a coward, right? Razor I'm going to bring up personal things. He was bitching, whining, and complaining to me all the time. He was an emotional parasite. Right, and I kept on saying, look, if you complain about stuff, make content, make videos, make blog posts, and I had to bully him into doing it. Now, the reason why I bullied him into doing it because he still came to me as a bitch, right? And then he started using his illness as an excuse not to make videos when he wasn't making videos before anyway. He got really angry when I pointed it out, and that's when he turned against me. And there was other people that we had to boot from a promo collective, like Joe, promo revolutionary. He was like ranting on about transsexuals, and we had to boot other tradcons, and we had to actually boot trans who went around smearing people as transphobic. And we said, look, you don't use a transphobic smear if you don't have proof. You shouldn't just use it falsely. You got to knock that off, or we're going to ban you. And we banned them. Anyway, all these nut jobs that we banned, as soon as we were booted, they were let back in. Even homophobes were let back in. Legitimate transphobic people were let back in. Right, tradcons were let back in. Right, incels who think the greatest issue that men face in society is not having a girlfriend, and society should be structured around that. They were let in. Right, okay, and ever since they've been let in, and they've removed many of the rules, the promo collective Reddit has gone to shit. I wouldn't mind being booted so much. I'd be upset by it. I admit it, but I wouldn't mind so much if they'll carry on my work. Or carry on good work. It doesn't have to be my work necessarily. It's not about my ego. They'll carry on good, productive promo work, and they're not. They've removed the rules, like half the rules, the important ones as well, and they're all based around being able to do low effort posts. They want to do low effort spam, right? Because they can't. Look, it's weird. They've got this compulsion to spam stuff, but they haven't got this compulsion to put any effort in. It's like really, really short attention span, ADHD type stuff going on here, right?
Well, what it is, it's a space now. It's basically a bar where guys cry in their beer.
Yes.
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 Yeah. Well, why don't we take a look at this? This is something we wouldn't allow. Slut shaming. How many of you guys have been slut shamed for promiscuity? What are your thoughts on slut shaming when it comes to genders? Do you think there should be a double standard for male-female promiscuity?
All right, let's stop this here. Miss Aesthetic. Is that a female? And is that a feminist? I think that's a feminist trolling for gotcha bait, in my opinion. Like they're just going to screen cap the replies. So this is how I would reply to this. There is no such thing as slut shaming. Women do not get slut shamed. If I'm wrong and they get slut shamed at all, it's only by other women. It's only men who get slut shamed because high status men who can get the girls and perform Harlems get falsely accused with Me Too accusations and lose their jobs. So that is the only form of legitimate slut shaming that goes on. It's only against men. And I'd question my suspicions about the framing of their question as well.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Do you think there should be a double standard for male-female promiscuity? So what she's trying to clarify is, do you support women getting slut shamed but not men? And she wants men to admit that's what men support. That's why she's asking that question. And let's see if they take the bait or not.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is 87% upvoted. So the guys went for it.
I want to say why I'm against slut shaming. All right. I just want to, before we proceed, this is important. All right. Okay. I'm actually not against women who sleep around. I prefer women who sleep around and give away their sexuality freely because they're attracted to the man, to a woman who makes a man jump through hoops in a monogamous relationship.
Yeah.
Right. And these deranged mate guarders, they want to bribe the woman and have a monogamous relationship. They don't care about their self-respect. They don't care about if the woman's not really attracted to them. They just want to bribe the woman and have the security in the relationship. That is it. So, and also, slut shaming is not going to work, right? Anyway, so it's a waste of time. Even if you hold these values, you want a monogamous relationship, it's gone. You're not going to be able to enforce it, period. So just let it go. I want a mountain of gold. I want flying unicorns. I want lakes of lemonade, right? But I'm not going to advocate for it because it's not possible.
Right. Now, let's see what the boys have to say. Okay, Dontra Livra. Being a slut isn't a healthy lifestyle. There you go. Aside from unwanted pregnancy and STDs, it has been proven that...
Sorry. Unwanted pregnancy. Women can have abortions or give the kids up. So he doesn't give a shit about this, really, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, at the STDs things, when these guys are, if they got a harem of girls, they wouldn't care about STDs.
Yes. Well, I think they would you do sort of care about it, but you still bang the women anyway. You don't think clearly.
That's what I mean.
You get finicky about it afterwards. You go get tested, and then you go back and bang the girls again if you can. That's what most men do.
Yes.
Right. Yes. So
it has been proven that a promiscuous lifestyle is a factor for depression and self-esteem.
No, it's not. It isn't. No, it's not. Correlation is not causation, and I'd like to see these studies. Right.
So your physical and mental health, no matter the gender.
Yeah, this guy's a tradcon. Basically, what he wants is, I want monogamous relationships. I want to be able to mate guard. I'm upset that women are sleeping around. I'm upset I'm left out the party out of this because they're just going, women are selecting a narrow band of men who are high status, and therefore I'm just going to invent pretexts and pull them out my arse as a reason why women shouldn't do it. Look, even if these reasons were true, right? Even if these reasons were true, and they're not, you wouldn't be able to stop the women doing it anyway, right? It's like trying to stop an alcoholic drinking or a drug addict shooting up, or a man eating his unhealthy food. People are going to do it, and they should be free to do it anyway. Like they won't say this outright, but what are you going to do? Are you going to pass a law to stop women sleeping around? But can I give you an example? There's things I don't actually approve of. I don't approve of OnlyFans. I don't approve of it. I think the women who do it to vulnerable men are complete trash. They're low lives of the lowest order, right? And people who are okay with them doing it, don't see any problem with them doing it, are bad people because they don't care about men. But at the end of the day, I don't believe it should be outlawed because it's too draconian, right? Just because I don't approve of something doesn't mean I believe it should be outlawed. So I don't want to waste my time. I'm not going to have the outlaws OnlyFans political platform because it's a waste of time.
It doesn't change the fact that the guys are going to behave the way they're going to do.
At the very most, I'll try and educate guys about why they shouldn't do it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And they can listen if they want, and they probably won't listen. But oh well, I've tried. Yes.
Let's see. Sure, you could do it in a responsible way, but a lot of people don't have enough will to do this. This applies to both genders. Encouraging a woman to be a slut isn't empowering. It's infringing public health issues. Oh, yeah, right. Contrary to beliefs, men are always shamed for being sluts. Well, she's right about that. Sure, you might be praised in your early 20s.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Bros will leave you for their SO, and other
women.
Yeah, want you to spend your life doing one night stands. The same goes for men. I
Yeah,
think
but,
that,
how do women know that you spent your life doing one night stands? Look, women want you to spend your life doing one night stands. That's bullshit. He's projecting his mate guarding trade mindset onto the women.
yeah,
All women are interested in is, have you got status? Oh, you've got status. Okay. In fact, women actually sort of like it when men have options to sleep around with women. That's what attracts them, because that's a sign of status,
yes,
right? It makes them more
course.
like the Colonel Parker, the manager for Elvis Presley, how he started Elvis's career. He hired women to scream and shout for him.
Yes, he
And other women
did.
saw it. Some other women saw it and they joined in. Oh, he's got status. They liked Elvis because of his status.
Yes,
Period. He could have banged a million women and they wouldn't care. He could have had a dripping penis with like herpes and cholera. You know, he could have had a green penis with spots on it, and women still would have went for him because of his status.
yes.
Yeah.
Rock and rollers have proven that.
Yes.
I think that women are judged a little more harshly because of the consequences of unwanted pregnancy are greater for women, more risky, more shaming. Sorry.
No, don't. Nonsense.
No.
This is tradcon nonsense.
Yeah.
Tradcon nonsense. Women only sort of slut shame women when they don't want women sleeping around with other men and giving their sexuality away freely. They don't want the men getting pleasure with other
Yes,
women.
that's it.
And they sort of say, "Hey, sister, you're demeaning yourself. That man's beneath you. Don't give it away so freely." That's what they do.
Yes.
And also, let's talk about destructiveness, right? So, monogamous relationship, right? Okay, the man jumping through all the hoops, working himself into an early grave, competing with other men, right? Working a dangerous job that's dangerous to himself and maybe dangerous to the environment, or even criminal. Like a lot of people, criminals are doing it to get the girl. So that isn't unhealthy, right? Monogamous relationships are actually destructive. Any relationship that's about jumping through hoops is destructive, far more destructive than any STD, right? Right. I wish all women just gave their sexuality away freely, or they didn't give it away at all. Actually, they didn't give it in return for men jumping through hoops. They just ignored them. That would actually be better.
Yes.
What women do now, it's actually yes.
Just admitting that I don't like you, go away is way better than like this pretense.
Yes.
You know, like if you just do X, Y, Z, I might give you some. That's much more.
Yes. Yes.
At the end of the day, I don't care what people want to do with their life. He's lying.
You're lying.
As long as they don't hurt anyone, but I won't encourage an unhealthy lifestyle, especially in empowering women. It's ridiculous. Men don't have to objectify women anymore.
He's validating the bullshit concept of objectify.
Yes.
So he's basically, men don't have to, what does it mean? Men don't have to objectify. So men don't have to lust after women anymore. Objectify just means a man looking at a woman he finds attractive, basically. Yes. And a man doing that is somehow demeaning her.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Or feminists also move the goalposts in the term objectify all the time. So if a man provides for a woman, feminists will go, so you think you can get a woman in return for giving her goodies? You're objectifying her like an object. No, that's the terms that the woman set. The man would rather get the woman for free, basically. So they use the term to gaslight men.
Yes, of course. Now, let's see.
No, you haven't finished it yet. No. Men don't have to objectify women anymore because they do it for them, often even more depraved ways. So he's saying women sleeping around with men is objectifying them, but now the women are giving away the sex for free, and therefore it's depraved. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. This sounds like something out of a ultra right wing conservative forum.
Yeah,
this is against every single principle that I stood for when I ran the Pro-Male Collective. Every single principle. This is equivalent of someone setting up a Marxist group, then 1 year later, it's turned complete capitalist, 100%.
Well, if you're right about this one person being, this Miss Aesthetic being a feminist in disguise, this guy, Dante Livre, gave her everything she wanted. Do you think?
No, scroll up. You missed a comment.
No, I didn't.
Oh, sorry, I'm zoomed in. That's why. Sorry, I'm zoomed in.
Okay. Do you think promiscuous men should be shamed just as much as promiscuous women? Of course, the consequences are, except for pregnancy, identical.
That's nonsense.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. I really like this community out of all the other men's groups. Yeah, because you have no clue how much I've heard that awful locking keen analogies, except slut shaming from men. I used to use to shame male rape victims of women. Disgusting. So basically he doesn't mind slut shaming, but she is upset that men are exempt from it. Like what? Right.
Yeah. Let's see, the lock and key analogy works if you assume that human relationships are about sexual intercourses. It's not a naive, toxic way of thinking about relationships. The reality is one lock could be rusty, and rust could ruin your key, making it impossible to use, ruining all the locks used in it.
He's using an STD analogy there.
Yes.
He's saying the key with herpes can spread herpes around the other all around the locks. So he's ranting about STDs basically.
Yes. You get a fine for opening a lock. He's still going on about it. On the other side, a lock getting opened by.
No, sorry. So you skipped over something very important. This is weird. You could get a fine for opening a lock you're not supposed to. Is he saying? Is that an analogy about rape? Like what? That is bizarre. On the other side, a lock getting opened by keys acting exactly as it was designed. It's only when it gets opened without a key that it creates problems. What?
Wow,
I don't get this. So is he saying if you open it with your tongue instead of a dick, that's a problem? What's he saying?
That's
Or
he
you use your
admits
dick.
it. This analogy gets dumber the more you think about it. He's right.
Yes.
Oh, this is a long one. Do you think there should be a double standard for male female promiscuity? No. Sexual promiscuity is a common stereotype of gay men as well as a component of traditional masculine ideology. Working from the affordance of management approach, we manipulated trait labels indicating sexual promiscuity, femininity, and masculinity, and measured their effects on heterosexual men's and women's reported social distancing towards both gay and straight men. In the study, women reported increased social distancing towards sexually promiscuous gay men.
Let's stop there. Let's just stop there.
Yeah.
That's very interesting because
Yeah.
it shows the disgust that women have for male sexuality. If women were generally attracted to men, they would find two men getting together horny and sexy.
Yes.
Right?
Just like men do with lesbian porn.
Yes. Yes. Men reported consistent distancing traits towards gay men across traits. Women and men alike report increased social distancing towards sexually promiscuous straight men. That's the disgust of. I think that debunks the alpha Chad theory a bit. Study 2 replicate these effects and indicate measures of threat as mediators of social distancing. Women increased social distancing towards sexually promiscuous gay men was mediated by perceived disease threats. So women don't have diseases, only men do.
Yeah.
Men reported decreased distancing toward masculine gay men. Yeah, because they don't like effeminate gay men. Men are detected through reduced gender role violation. Women and men reported increased social distancing towards sexually promiscuous straight men. These effects are not fully mitigated by threat measures. These findings suggest sexual promiscuity increases A, women's negativity towards gay men, and B, women's negativity towards straight men, underlining a need to explore attitudes in inferences across associated with perceived sexual promiscuity. So yeah, this is a study that basically debunks feminist nonsense. That's actually quite interesting.
Well, you know, but it's weird because he's saying that the women involved seeing gay men sex somehow also affects their view of straight men. So
no, they're not. He's not saying that. He's saying that men who sleep, straight women don't like straight men who sleep around. Basically, that's what the study said. Well, I don't think the study takes into account the status of the man. You need a study to take account of the status of the man, in my opinion, for it to fully get to the bottom of things. Because I've got a feeling women will be far more tolerant of high status men sleeping around than low status men. Yes.
To be honest, slut shaming doesn't really exist in the gay community.
Well, I don't think it does really.
Okay. I imagine most of the two groups are separated by one major factor, condom or no condom, but not exclusively non-P versus prom. Oh, promiscuity. Yeah,
yeah, well, okay, but how do you know someone's wearing a condom when having sex unless they tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what he's on about.
Yeah. Promiscuous people tend to act very differently to people who aren't. I don't believe that. Not saying that they should be slut shamed, but I feel there is a sort of divide there. So I don't really believe that.
Yeah, so this is not a conversation that's relevant to men's rights, by the way.
No.
So I don't know what. Yeah. And this is a very popular conversation. They're all jumping on this. All the other threads, right? We'll see later. They get ignored, right? If it's about a serious issue, we'll just ignore it. They don't give a fuck. But when it's about sluts and slut shaming, they're on it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, listen, when looking at a bigger picture, promiscuity only brings negatives to society. I doubt it. STDs, it's still going on about STDs, have been on the rise since the whole sexual liberation thing. STD abortions take time and resources away from NHS. Abortions? Abortions, I can't see it take a lot of energy.
Yes.
A lot less than rape.
He doesn't give a shit about abortions. So again, it's a pattern. They're just bringing it up as a pretext. They don't give a shit.
No,
right?
of course not. Depending on the country, this means that this means tax money is going towards fixing someone else's mistake.
This guy sounds like a tradcon libertarian lunatic. So society does fix other people's mistakes, because when you fix mistakes, it helps society as a whole, right? Okay, yeah. That's it. So like, it's always been drinking or smoking, you still help them in the health service. Yeah, that's how it should work. Jesus Christ.
Well, this guy, by the way, is doing the old tax thing, so it's another case of, look, as long as I don't have to pay for it, I don't care.
In the past, monogamy has helped decrease the presence of STDs. How did he know? You got to prove that. And I think people who go against that should be reminded that they're a burden on everyone else. So let's be real here. They're not going to say openly. They want to make it illegal, right?
Yes,
they're just going to, yes. Yeah. Oh, fuck you, you tradcon cunt.
This guy said, let's bring back slut shaming for both sexes.
Yeah, all right.
Slut shaming is always based.
Yeah.
This is by a guy whose name was shitposter Katari Curry.
Yes.
Curry. I mean, so could you expand on that? She's actually asking a question to someone whose name is shitposter. Okay.
Yes. And do you believe it for both sexes? Let's scroll down.
Yeah. Slut shaming is good because it changed degeneracy. There you go.
He's one of these degenerate nut jobs. Let me. If you don't know the problem with people who talk about degenerates, I want to refer you to Trevor's older video on it. He did this video on degeneracy, the concern of the sexually frustrated man. And it's a very good video, and it covers the mindset of these people, right? The term degenerates is always used by right wingers or nut jobs to attack men who gain access to female sexuality and are jealous.
Yes.
Right? They want to shame sexuality. There should be no shame associated with sexuality, period.
Yes. Because after all, I mean, look, these guys, like, how many of these guys who talk about this, about degeneracy, I say they would love to have gone to Hugh Hefner's, palace and do their dirty work. And everyone thought Hugh Hefner was great. No one actually said he was a bad guy. They would love to be him.
I think he lived in the right time, basically. If he was 20 years later, he would have got zapped for sure. He died just at the right. He missed out all this Me Too false accusation nonsense. So anyway, slut shaming is good because it shames degeneracy. It's good for both sexes. It's better for women because women and men are different. Their purity isn't equally important, but it's good for both 1,000 trillion %. Now, he's saying female sexuality, the purity is more important because the purity and virginity is more important than male virginity. The value, that's what he's basically saying. He's a lunatic. Yes. He's a reactionary, right-wing, tradcon lunatic, and he's in my former space, and he's invading it, and he's destroying it. Yes. They're destroying it.
We would never let this guy
Razor, listen to me if you're watching this. Fuck you for allowing these nut jobs in here who don't give a fuck about men's rights. Fuck you. Sorry, I had to say that.
Yes. Oh my God. I mean, for them to let this guy, we would never have let someone like this in here. We would have just banned him right off the bat. When you say that, do you mean it's good for women because they can get pregnant and it's harder to orgasm? Or do you mean that women are undesirable if they screw around a lot? Or men equally undesirable if they screw around a lot? Okay. This guy's really feeding in. Do you really want to read this whole post?
Yes, this is important. I think.
Because they get pregnant, sure. Also because they seem to have stronger pair bonding than men, that's a lie. And their divorce are much more strongly correlated with whoring around than the divorce rates of man whores.
No. Let's stop there. There's a lot to unpack here. This is nonsense.
There is.
What he's saying is because he seems to believe that women have stronger feelings than men. They love men more than men love women, which is nonsense, right? That's very misogynist mindset, by the way. Men actually love women far more than women love them.
Oh yeah,
right. You can't even compare it. You can't compare it. But anyway, what he's basically saying, women naturally pair bond, right? And they don't pair bond, by the way. Women naturally status seek. They got the status. It's not the pair bonding. Anyway, he's saying women naturally pair bond, but women naturally want to sleep around, then they don't pair bond. Don't you see the contradiction? They got this natural instinct to do something, but they're only going to do it if we stop them from doing something else that stops them from doing it. It's nonsense. If you think about it.
Yes,
You
pretty
know?
circular reasoning.
Yes.
They're also less desirable if they whore around a lot because they make substantially worse long-term partners.
No. Yeah, trust me. I promise you, porn stars can get rich millionaire men. They don't give a fuck. The woman's beautiful, and they think the woman's a nice person. They're just gonna go for it. Period. Yes.
Yeah, all these ex-porn stars could say, "Look, I used to, but you're the man for me, and now I only want you." And the guys go for it.
Apparently, there's plenty of prostitutes in relationships with men as well. Like the men know these women are fucking clients, but they come home to them. That's all they care about. Yeah. So, So.
Let's see. Men,
sorry, there's more to depack. They're less desirable if they whore around a lot because it makes substantially worse long-term partners. But what it really means is, if women whore around a lot, they can be less in love with me and they're more likely to leave me. That's what it really means.
Yeah.
It means they make less desirable partners. They're going to leave the gender roles and they're not going to allow me to mate guard them. Right.
Here's another thing too. It also means that if they're sleeping around, they might find a guy who's higher status than I am.
Yes.
Dump me for him.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Men are not as
go ahead.
Are not as undesirable being man whores, but they should still be seen as undesirable. So men are not as undesirable being man whores, but they should still be seen. So he's advocating for it, right? He's not being descriptive. He's being proscriptive. Yeah. So. And actually, so that means we talked about Warren Ellis, what happened to him, right? I talked about what happened to Warren Ellis. So he was a high-status comic book author. He slept around. He got Me Too'd. He wasn't accused of anything legal, and he lost his job. And he was basically seen as undesirable then, wasn't he? Oh, you're a creep, right? Taking advantage of his status to get girls. This shit poster would have approved of that. He'd be, yay, this high-status man who can get the girls I can't get. Yay, he's getting that. Yeah. He'd be gleeful about it.
Yeah. At the same time, he would want to be that high status man.
Yes. Yeah. So men are not as undesirable for being man whores as women, but they should be still seen as undesirable and less stable than men who focus on being responsible and raising a family. So being a responsible tradcon, basically. This, the Promo Collective, you don't know, one of the core principles, one of the pillars of our ideology, of our movement, of the group, was anti-tradcon. So this guy's ranting on about raising families. How is it responsible raising a family? It's not actually responsible raising a family. And I'm going to explain why, and I've explained this before, but I'm going to explain this again. To the mental defects, you just can't get simple logic. Okay, when you have a family with a woman, she's in complete control, right? Complete control. So you can boot the man away, and she could just shack up with her stepdad who's abusive, or she could take drugs and neglect the kids and starve them to death, or even murder them. And there's nothing you can do about it as a man, right? Period. So how's that responsible? How's that responsible? It's not, right? When you say responsible, what you really mean is, I've got a mate guarding fetish, right? And I want to get with a woman. I want strict gender roles where I can get the girl in a predictable manner, and that's what I want. That's it. That's what you really mean.
And even this is with guys who know that it's not possible anymore. So they don't care. They're completely irresponsible people.
I wouldn't say slut shaming is as important for both sexes, but I would strongly support slut shaming both because both do have better lives. If they're sexually committed, he thinks he knows people, and protecting their purity. This fucking tradcon nonsense.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah. You okay? So he's basically, if you support shaming, right, that you support bullying. Shaming means calling people names, mocking them, berating them, telling them not to do it, poking your nose in someone else's business, and by inference, right, you can infer that these people will take it to the next step and use legal measures or illegal ones. They'll bully people. They'll use the law. They'll pass laws. They'll bring adultery laws back and punish men who sleep around, right? Because it would be the man who gets punished.
Yes, of course. And the worst part about this, if they could, they still wouldn't get what they wanted. They would still be low status. Yeah.
You got Middle Eastern countries with adultery laws where both men and women get punished, right? Men get punished more, but both sexes get stoned over it. And there's still loads of low status men who can't get the girl there. There's and here's another thing as well. What ends up happening in these countries when consensual sex is going on, but the couple are caught, the woman will falsely accuse the man of rape. They're trying to save herself from being stoned.
Of
right? Yes. This is sort of what these so-called nut jobs want. What the fuck are they doing on this subreddit?
Yeah. I would want to make a caveat, though. Oh, we got a caveat. I don't think someone who's seen the error of their past and who's trying to make themselves better needs to be kicked down. See, it's what we're talking about. So if you're an ex-whore or an ex-porn star, that's all right, as long as she pretends that she's going to be a good person and God.
So basically, I'm willing to settle for ex-slut because that's all I can get. Oh, she's really good looking. Like, come on, right, man? Should I go for this hot porn star who's the sexiest woman alive, or should I go for this very homely, ugly, homely 17-year-old girl who's a virgin? What would most men pick? They'll pick the porn star in a heartbeat.
And here's the other thing too that these guys don't think of is like they think that they're going to get to some woman. She's not promiscuous, which means she may not be attracted to them. And they said, "Oh, she's married to me now. Now she's going to open up," and she doesn't open up, and then what?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Go ahead, do it.
Man or woman who's damaged their ability to make lasting, deep relational bonds, even a little bit doesn't need extra sharing once they realize the behaviors structures and try to change. So basically, you sleep around, you can't make bonds. They're projecting what's happening. These guys are deselected. They can't get the girl. They see the girl sleeping around with other men, and they're thinking, this woman can't make a bond with me just because she's sleeping around with the other men.
Yes.
Fucking nonsense. And
well, we got the ideal point of shaming is to nudge people towards better patterns of social behavior so that you can flourish. Yeah.
It's not super sedentary and fat. There's no point calling them a fat ass when they start going to the gym. Yeah, he wants to bully and mock people. I think support people who want to make positive changes is a thing everyone should do. In other words, everyone should live by my ideology.
Yes.
There should be more counselling and therapy available for those who want to make the shift. I think. Can you scroll up, please? I think that's tax money well spent, but that's less data orientated, in my opinion. Right. He's just a lunatic tradcon.
Yeah. That's it. Your first few sentences may not be completely accurate. All women of all sexual backgrounds are more likely to divorce, to be dissatisfied by their marriage. In fact, men have a higher satisfaction rating with marriage when they only have one partner, and so pair bonding is strongest with men. There you go. Who only have one partner.
Stop. There's a mistake with this here. Correlation is not causation. Correlation is not causation. Okay. All right. The men are probably less satisfied with later marriages, but they don't get to choose whether the marriages last most of the time. It's the women who ends them. So that men get the second marriage and not quite satisfied with it for whatever reason. Right, but that's not the man's choice. He's getting booted. He's being shown the door. He's getting evicted, and he's just trying to get what he can settle for the next time. He's probably got slightly less status because he's had resources stolen from him from the divorce, so he doesn't get a woman who's is as good in his eyes. He's settling. That's what's going on.
And look at the next one. In fact, virgin men have the strongest pair bonding of any group. Period. Higher than virgin women. No. Virgin men are the ones who are very strongest feeling of getting together with a woman.
Yes.
Because they're desperate. They're the most desperate.
Yes.
Pair bonding, at least according to the divorce and satisfaction statistics I've seen, is much stronger with men than women of all backgrounds. It's almost like men start with an initial marital happiness that's much higher than women's, but also
I agree with it. Actually, I do agree with him there because the man wants to be with the woman wants to be bribed.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
but also tapers down to equal levels of satisfaction when the woman's the more promiscuous they get. So basically, if he's cheating on the man. The thing is, I don't blame men for getting upset when women cheat on them because men have to jump through the hoops to get the woman, basically. Right? If it was just as easy as men to get women as women to get men, I think men wouldn't really give a shit. If men had more access to female sexuality, it'd be more even.
Yes, of course. I mean, look, I mean, you know yourself. If you came back from your mistress, found out your wife was a guy, you wouldn't be as upset. Of course. Are you all right? You blowing your nose?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
I'm the belief that promiscuity. Okay, this is a blog, isn't peer review, but worth noting. Okay, I am in the belief that promiscuity has equally damaging effects on both men and women, but that men are less likely to be seen as damaged to the way that some of us hype up male promiscuity.
Yeah, okay, but no, stop. Yeah, but men can face legal consequences or they can lose their jobs over it. So you can't even compare it, basically. Like male politicians have been fired for having their sex videos leaked, right? But when it happens to a woman, she's the victim because it's the revenge porn.
Yes.
There's a complete double standard.
Essentially covering up a wound with a Band-Aid, but we are much more likely to expose the wound with women, which is a privilege for women in and of itself, actually. The fact that they are told to have standards and be choosy, but men are regulated to sex.
Relegated. Sex demons, being sex demons, yes. Yeah. So, yeah. He's actually saner than the guy he's asking. She's actually saner than the guy she's asking questions of. Yeah. So, but there's still very wonky analysis there. Yeah. But let's scroll down and see what else there is.
Well, that's as far as it goes here.
Is that all of it?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So, what the fuck is this doing in our Reddit? What the hell? Or my old format is not my Reddit any longer. Sorry to say, but yeah. Yeah, 87% upvoted. Shall we look at the Promo Collective in general?
Yes. Here we are. We'll take a look at some of the things they've said. By the way, as you pointed out before, they got 3.8K members. That's a lot of members. Only 9 online. It's not doing very well.
Yeah, it's a dead movement. Yeah. So the two top posts are sticky posts, right? So let's scroll down. That's an anti-circumcision. Now, here, this is what I object to. Okay, let me scroll out. Just a bit of skin intactivism. Right, there's 2 comments there, but it's a cross post. But there's a pattern here. It's a lazy cross post spam. Right? So what cross post, let me explain it. So basically you link to another Reddit's post and it posts it as a post in your Reddit or the Reddit that you post in. So it's a way to try and get traffic to your Reddit, basically. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, the original had 41 comments. This one seems to only have 2.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Study 1 in 7.
So here's another cross post, 0 comments.
Yeah.
Right. So when I had a rule that if you cross posted or you posted a video, you had to leave a comment, adding your own analysis or just summarizing what's going on. Because if a thread is empty completely, people are less likely to engage it, and it lowers the quality of the Reddit. You need to have written text with every single post. Period. You just can't spam a video and remain silent. You have to have text every single time. And many Reddits have that rule. Actually, to stop, they want to stop low effort spam. It's called low effort spam. This is low effort spam. Anyone could do this. Let's carry on. Let's scroll down.
Too, before you go, I just want to say that, like, you're right that if this thing here, whatever it says, if it said 81 comments, that would attract you. You'd say, "Oh, what's this discussion about?"
Even one comment makes all the difference. Even one. Yeah. Oh, let's see what this guy has to say. Yeah. So yes.
0 comments.
I don't know. Yeah, it's football sex abuse testimony from former footballer. Hundreds of children have suffered. The plot thickens. This has nothing to do with the Promo Collective, in my opinion. 0 comments.
Yeah.
Feminism and anti-MGM intactivism. 0 comments. Let's scroll down. There's
There's the slut
The
shaming.
slut shaming one. Let me see 17 comments. People are excited by that, actually.
Yes.
Yes.
Now here's one that had lots of votes. What does this display really says? Men, you are grayed out, plain nobodies. We only care about the person highlighted in green. Your hair and
Scroll out.
dress. Let's see. It has some
Got
comments.
16 comments. Let's scroll up. Let's see how old this is. Let's see how old it is.
Okay, let's see.
Scroll up.
Okay, it's 3 days ago.
Okay. So yeah, scroll down. Carry on.
Okay. Let's see.
Cross post again. Another cross post. Let's see. One comment. I think. Oh well. Wow.
Yeah.
Let's carry on. Let's carry on.
My men's reaction against misandry is so feeble. That's actually not a bad suggestion for a comment.
Well, because basically, when you set up a pro-male space, people stab you in the back. And it kills your motivation. Is that a good answer?
It is for me.
There's another cross post.
This one here.
Let's see how many. Yeah. Oh look, 0 comments. 0 comments.
And it's bodily integrity. Okay, they must be talking about
0 comments.
Yeah. People don't. Most people don't care about intact-activism. Sadly enough,
Because they don't give a shit about children. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. The guys who do care about have been circumcised, and they're angry.
Yes. Okay. I'm angry about it, and I haven't been circumcised. I'm against the principle of it, and I've actually tried joining the activist movement, but they're just full of nut jobs, basically. Like the guys who've been circumcised don't care about it. They care they've been circumcised. That's it. Period. Yes. If 4Gen ever gets invented, the movement will die off completely. Because that baby's getting mutilated. It's in agony, but I've got my foreskin back. I don't care. That's what will happen.
Exactly.
Yes, because people are too solipsistic, especially when it comes to men. Men don't have concern for other men. Men might have concern for themselves, their own personal plight, but they don't link it to other men, unfortunately. Right. So let's go down quicker. I just want quickly one comment. You see, it's not amazing traffic.
Yeah.
One comment. That's a cross post. One comment.
Let's see. This one's 14. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, because male feminists are the worst. It's attacking male feminists because everyone loves to beat up on them, basically.
Yes, they do. Let's see. What's this
Another cross post, 0 comments. You see what I mean?
Yeah. 0 comments. Interviews cream male victims of domestic abuse.
Well, I think that's someone's original post, at least.
Yeah.
So at least he put effort in, but no one cares. No one cares. You see? You got to rant about sluts to get any traction in this place.
Yeah. The scripture shows women's hypocrisy and their lack of knowledge of wars of history. That got a couple of comments.
Yeah, that's it. But it's not great.
No.
Can I say what else I try to get people to do to try and help the subreddit? I try to get every single member of the Promiscuity collective to reply to threads regularly, all the time, just to pump up the comments and draw more people in. And Razor and Promel Vanguard couldn't be bothered doing it. They just couldn't be bothered.
The irony is, it's funny. I actually found searching for the post and posting it a lot more work than typing in 2 sentences. But they're the opposite. For some reason, they love looking for this stuff and posting it. But just typing like 2 sentences I don't get that.
Yes. It's ADHD, low attention spam. That's what it is.
Yeah. Point. This
is men's rights. This is generic men's rights bitching about women being children.
Yeah.
One comment
on that. Next point, India and Indian men. It's got 8 comments, so that at least got something,
Actually, I want to look at this one. This is the last. Let's enter this one, and then we'll end.
Okay, you want to look at this one?
This is a pattern of offending behaviour.
Yeah.
Your Honour, this is evidence brought before the court.
We are looking to grow a server on over on Discord.
Yes. Are you on Discord? Are you a guy who's passionate about male advocacy? Are you tired of sissy men's servers run by uptight bitches with petty rules? You start a good conversation and fun. They're probably talking about me because I had standards. Or maybe servers dominated by fucking liberal self-regulating freaks or even self-regulating tradcons. Come and join us at Androgen then. Do you know a guy who struggles with insecurities for being a man? Maybe he's dipped his tongue into too many gynocentric females. What the fuck? Send him over to. We specialize in uncucking cucks.
Oh
From
my
simps to
God.
pimps. Cobra Kai MRA. Server description. Androgen for short. A hub for men and men's advocates to congregate, openly talk about issues that men face in society, and empower each other. We have to strive to be an alternative to other men's spaces on the internet. You're just the same as all the rest, mate.
Yes.
Which are dominated by tradcon ideology, self-flagellation, other toxic mindsets that don't help men or anyone else for that matter. We recognise that masculinity comes in many forms and it isn't inherently toxic. We welcome men and allies of all backgrounds, but keep in mind that we are for male empowerment and may not be too friendly to ideas, attitudes, and behaviours and practices that harm or put down men. The set of this agreement are inevitable and welcome. We are can gang, men are awesome. Scroll down.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this up here, cucks and cuck, one of our rules was no words like cucks and simps.
Cuck, yeah. Cuck is one of the worst anti-male words out there because it's blaming men for something that's beyond their control. But a woman sleeps around with you, that's beyond your control. You can't stop her. The only way you can stop a woman sleeping around with you is you break the law and you intimidate her with violence. That's it. You got to be like a mafia don and say, if you sleep around with me, I'll break your legs. That's it. Yeah. You're not going to stop her otherwise. So let's scroll down and look at some of the comments.
Yeah, can you read the rest?
I've done it. I've read it.
Okay.
I've read it all. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Now you want to look at these. Let's see. Just a minute. There. I see understanding grammar is not a prerequisite. I hate these comments.
Yes.
Like, someone misspelled. So what? You know.
LOL. I obviously do understand it, even though I'm not super strict about it. But I noticed the Spurgeberg, like you would probably be better served than another server.
That's a good answer.
I found one incomplete sentence, that's all. You'll probably be more suited to a server for grammar Nazi fembot bots. Awesome, thank you for the invite. Scroll down, there's a comment I want to... Yeah. This guy, Sissy Men servers run by uptype, what's his name? District Accurate. Sissy Men servers run by uptype bitches. We specialise in uncucking cucks. A few lines later, we recognise that masculinity comes in many forms and it isn't inherently toxic. Right, that's just... The whole sissy beta cuck rhetoric doesn't really fit, though. He's pointing out the contradiction there, and look, he makes excuses for it. Way of the gyno. You're entitled to your opinion, but we probably allow for more fun than you'd like, anyways. So he's using the fun police narrative to excuse his behaviour. The other servers run by more sissy type bitches who over police convos. This is more of a place for people to be open and talk about male issues, and we use bad language sometimes. So if you use the term cuck in your space, you'll attract hostile anti-male nut jobs. Men who are hostile to other men love the word cuck, right? That's why they say it all the time, and that's why you need to ban it. You have to kill the atmosphere of male-on-male hostility. If you're not prepared to do that, you're not serious. So I think we've proven that this place is a joke and it tramples on all the true pro-male collective principles. This is an imposter Reddit. This is an imposter Reddit. These are frauds, these are fakes, these are tradcons, and these are tradcon enablers. They're lazy. They booted out all the productive people who were doing all the productive posts, and they took over, right? Gate kept this space, and they did nothing with it. They let it go to shit. They let it rot.
Yeah, that's why there's only 9 online now. And yes, almost 4,000 members.
Yes. Yeah, this space is a joke. It's a joke. Fuck you. I've tried looking into suing them, basically. I'm not sure. Reddit hasn't been very helpful. I might even go to a lawyer and get this shut down. I'll get this Reddit shut down. And look, Razor, if you're watching this, okay, I'll give you a chance. Hand the Reddit over back to me. You better hand it or close it down, one of the two. If you hand it over to me, I'll just probably close it down anyway, because it's attracted too many toxic people. It'll be probably too much effort filtering them out. Hand it back over to me, because you're not serious. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck, Razor. And you've never given a fuck. Look, this is a problem, men. Men are solipsistic and they only care about themselves. They can't think outside themselves. Every issue is me. It affects me. Right? There's no solidarity. Men are pathetic. And the solipsistic people always ruin the movement. They always hijack it. You try to explain to them, like, this behavior is counterproductive, right? You're making us look bad. You're driving people away. And they'll still do it because it's me. They want to spurge about what upsets them, basically. And that's it, what they're obsessed over. They can't think outside themselves and they've got no solidarity. That's a typical male mindset. And the pro-male collective is not a collective, right? It's a lunatic asylum from the looks of things.
Oh my God. Well, that's it. The
Yeah.
guys just wanted friends. That's it. They just wanted guys
They,
to
they, look, no, they didn't want friends though. I don't think they just wanted friends. They want a sounding board where they can get validated a little bit, and that's it, and give nothing else in
Yeah,
return. They don't want friends. It's giving them too much credit. I
that's
tried being
true.
friends with lots of these guys. I tried being friends with lots of these guys, and they were shitty friends who put the knife in my back multiple times. I even forgave Razor for stabbing me in the back in the past. Right? And I should never given him another chance. Never. That's the one thing. The one thing I learned from this is I just gave too much leeway. I wasn't strict enough, and this is why I'll never tackle men's issues regularly ever again. I'm done. I'm done.
Exactly. Well, you
I'm
take
done.
the guys would get angry with me when I would ban someone that I knew was going to be trouble. Because the thing
Yes.
is, they say, "Oh, you're banning them too fast." We said, "Look, we're getting experience now, and that's why the
Yeah.
banning's coming faster. We can see
Yes.
the red flags quicker."
Yes. Because these guys, they don't ban these people too late. They don't ban them at all. They don't ban. That guy is calling for men to be responsible and settle down with families. He wants men to have families. He's a tradcon. He doesn't
Yeah.
fucking belong there. Fuck you for doing that to my brand name, Razor. Fuck you. How dare you? How dare you shit over everything I stand over? How dare you pretend to agree with me, then stab me in the back and let it tradcons in? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. Okay, I think we've said everything we
Yes.
need to say.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, and we'll stop it here. And thank you for everything.
Okay, thank you.
It's ending it. There we
All
go.
right.